This
big
guy's
wheel.
old and fat too. Like just some elderly fat guy on a military airfield on a
Anti-war protester destroys military aircraft with pickaxe. Honestly, I haven't been checking. I've been kind of slacking on kind of consensual clips. That's a weird sentence to utter. I'm sorry. But I want to get caught up on some of their shit, and this one seemed interesting.
That it's exercised Talisman Sabre, which is the US and Australians. This is in Queensland, Australia. Let me see. Our story begins with a normal, beautiful, sunny day. Little did the fine soldiers know that their perfect day was about to take a dark but unusual turn. This turn came in the form of two anti-war protesters named Brian and Graham. Unlike most other protesters, these two men weren't content with standing at the gate and being smelly stains on society. I love that wording, by the way.
So
they
do
wanted
I.
to cause real mayhem, and they had to come up with the perfect plan to achieve this. As part of this plan, Brian and Graham had been making threats to attack Aussie and U.S. aircraft, but alas, their threats had fallen on deaf ears, so they decided to go to the next phase of their attack. This is also, in reading this, I learned there's a very large difference between how airfields are secured in Australia versus the United States.
I guess they're just not.
I guess that's what I'm thinking.
With Graham filming, Brian drove his war vehicle, an oversized red tricycle, to an unattended side gate and proceeded to cut the chain with bolt cutters. After making entry, Brian remounted his tricycle and started to ride towards the nearest military.
Wasn't an actual tricycle. Like, that's really throwing me off.
Before he started, when a rather unimpressed civilian pilot tried, rather half-heartedly, to stop him in his adventure. Brian pulled a rather slow, evasive maneuver and kept on riding.
Hold on a second. He's slowly riding a tricycle like the clown puppet from Saw.
It's like a grown-up.
That's all I can picture. Is
that's what I'm thinking. Either that or like a big
wheel. This guy's old and fat too. Like just some elderly fat guy on a military airfield on a fucking tricycle, and everyone's like,
"Wait, this has a video?"
Yes, the video. It's in the text channel under general.
Yep. I gotta see this.
Let me see.
Please tell me they show
it. Brian pulled his tricycle up to the unsuspecting Tiger aircraft and dismounted in a way that only an overweight elderly man could. Before approaching the aircraft, he retrieved a pickaxe, a Maddox pick, from the rear basket of his tricycle. With great effort and no skill, Brian swung the garden tool at the aircraft and put a decent-sized hole in the side of the aircraft. With mission accomplished, Brian was not satisfied, and he attempted to dislodge the garden tool in order to have another crack at the title. It was at this time real heroes of the story enter in the form of the Australian Army aircraft maintainers, who were rather displeased about the obese elderly man who was destroying their aircraft.
I'd be fucking pissed too. I'm the one who has to fix that shit. Don't fuck with my work. You doing this gets my ass chewed out. Don't do that.
Before Brian could retrieve his weapon, he was wrapped up by two maintainers, but unfortunately the damage was done. The irony of this situation is that if Brian had struck the aircraft 4 inches higher, he could have possibly hit the detonation cord used to blow the windows out for an emergency escape.
Oh,
Watching
shit.
Brian eat flying plexiglass would have been poetic justice, but unfortunately this did not happen. Instead, Brian's damage consisted of one fist-sized hole through the composite skin of the aircraft. This may sound like a small bit of damage, but those that are not aware, composite aircraft skin is not as simple to fix as aluminum, and this actually grounded the aircraft for a number of months while engineering was trying to figure out how the fuck they would fix it.
Yeah, they would have to.
They get through a firefight if one fucking bullet pierces their fuselage, and then they're like, ah!
To be fair, one firefight, if they're getting in a firefight, that bullet that's hitting them is probably like 20 mil. So 20 or 30 mil. So the hole's going to be probably a bit bigger. And the aircraft probably won't be flyable anymore.
Oh shit! The thing that we put up in the air to shoot other shit they might get shot at. It's just no, it's got a hole in it.
I don't know, maybe a pickaxe is better at poking holes than bullets. I don't know.
Oh my God, we are the world's police. Everybody is this retarded. We literally protect the world. There is no one on our level. There's not even one person on our level.
Oh,
I guess not.
Yes.
We're almost there. It's a little bit of justice at the end.
These are our allies. Yeah. And they're
Jesus.
grounded because Doofus put a hole in their airplane.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have paid to have all those maintainers mic'd up because it was just like, oh, you fucking.
Oh yeah, it was.
It would have been great.
I would have
just
loved to
hear
hear him mic'd up.
Brian was detained by police and charged for his daring assault of the aircraft. Magically, like it usually happens, Brian was found guilty but not punished for his crime. It seemed there
What
was
the
no
fuck was the
punishment
point?
until Brian came home one day and was issued a bill for 200,000 Australian dollars
Thank
by the
you.
Australian Department of Defense for the cost of repair to the damage. Sweet justice.
Well, yeah, he took down half of its fleet. With a fucking pickaxe.
Jesus.
Bunts are allies.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's actually kind of a good point in the sense of why the fuck was he able to gain access so easily to this aircraft? Like, this dude was able to, sure, get into the airfield, which, mind-boggling that he was able to. And then get up to a plane, a military plane, put a hole in it, attempt to retrieve the pickaxe, and attempt to hit it again by the time maintainers finally showed up. Can you imagine what actual saboteurs could have fucking done if it wasn't some fat old dipshit? That's actually really fucking concerning.
Allies are sad.
I mean, yeah, I don't think one of our aircraft would have been down for months, but...
A dramatic incident involving a military helicopter at Rockhampton Airport this morning, when news obtained these exclusive pictures as a protester made his way onto the tarmac before allegedly using a garden mattock to damage the aircraft.
Mattock?
Carrying bolt cutters and riding a tricycle,
where the fuck are the
peace
guards?
protester made his way onto restricted government property.
Get out. Go, mate. Not loud on here. Get off.
In less
Yeah, government property. He called him a cunt. That was funny. Just bolt cutters. He's able to gain access to a government facility. Why is he able to just do that?
than 3 minutes, this anti-war activist crossed the tarmac at Rockhampton Airport, heading
Dude, it's a fucking Apache.
towards a
military
high-tech military
equipment here.
helicopter before our camera captured this swing with a garden mattock.
Or no, not an Apache. Why or whatever that is. Why is he able to just gain access to it?
Intercepting.
Oh, it's the Tiger helicopter. Okay, I get it.
Police moved in, taking
Oh, you know those
protester
maintainers
Brian
were
Law
pissed,
into
though.
custody.
I'm done. This war's sick. It should be over.
His actions against the joint US and Australian
What?
military exercise Talisman Sabre, the Rockhampton Airport currently being used as a base.
I think that's all the footage.
Just open the gate.
Like, okay, I want like
It's sitting out in the middle of
all the pride to our Australian partners, but at the same time, if someone tried that in the United States, they would be
Yeah.
full of so
They'd
many
be shot.
fucking holes.
Yeah, they would get shot. You just broke into a military base, an active military. It's being used as a base. Either way, it's a government facility. Your ass would be shot.
Like very quickly.
It's
And
just
then when
like-
those cops ran up, dude, if Rich was there, he would have paralyzed that guy from throwing him so hard to the ground.
Dude, they like.
I can
they,
imagine
like,
the donut
jog
video.
up to him. Look at them. They're like sprinting, and then they just go, "Oi, mate, let me give you that. Hey, let me take that from you real quick." Like, are you fucking serious? Do
You got
know
a
how-
license for that?
Yes, that man would be broken in half. I'd take that fucking mattock and slam it up one of his thighs.
I just
the fuck
I was
is
watching this.
that?
I couldn't. The story was funny. Don't get me wrong, because it's like wild, but at the same
Story
time,
is fucking funny.
the response was also very funny to me.
Dude, that's fucking wild. Like, if it wasn't for the how you ride a tricycle up to military helicopters and then be able to hit it with a fucking pickaxe.
I mean, at best case, you're in the hospital.
So like
Best
he
case,
just-
yeah.
The thing
Just rode by that guy that ran up to him, was just like, no, thank you, and then just like kept going.
Go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry we keep interrupting.
The
you.
weird part that like we don't really I was like just reading an account from, I think it was a British guy, it might have been a French guy, but he was talking about like things that are weird about the American military. And apparently, like most other militaries are not like the U.S. military in that, like, if you're active duty, like that's it. That's what you do. Like, apparently, like the
the rest of your
British
life?
and a lot of military dudes is like, you're in the military, but it's like you're 9 to 5, and then you go home and live a completely normal life.
Really?
The rest of the time. And he was talking about how weird it is. And like, he almost likened the U.S. military active duty to like a cult of like, no, you do that. You get up in the morning, you work out in the morning with your group.
That's, it might be just because I'm American, but that's weird that they do that they just go home and live a regular life. Damn. No wonder America's the fucking world police. We take this shit seriously.
You train all day, you eat with your guys.
Yeah, it's a
you
bit of a
live in
cult,
barracks.
but
It's like, that's not normal for a lot of other militaries, I guess.
That's why we're better than everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the many reasons.
I mean, 11
And it doesn't take a fucking pickaxe to knock out half of our air.
You guys only
that's
show
why
up.
miners.
You guys only show up
are
at the
taking
end of
out
the
our-
World War and then try to take all the credit. Yeah, you think it's a coincidence that every time we show up, shit ends promptly? No. Let's fucking dad getting home from work, motherfucker.
I got
belts out.
belt out.
Yeah.
Dad's
You know how Germany acted when all of a sudden, out of the background, but in the UK, there came a loud rumbling of, "They did what?"
And then just boss music, like, ah, shit.
It's just some Nazi
hellfire.
looking at.
That's the fucking what is it? It's like the fucking little balls that represent countries, and it's just like it's Japan talking to Nazi Germany. It's just, we attacked Pearl Harbor. You did what? We attacked Pearl Harbor. We attacked the Americans. Oh God! And then just boss music. It's fucking hilarious.
Get a Japanese guy. What did you do?
Yeah, exactly. What did you do?
We touched the
It's
boat.
like the Dark Souls. The boss health
Yeah.
bar pops up at
Boom.
the bottom. I love that. That's actually a really good meme. It's like bombing Hiroshima or bombing
Pearl Harbor. Eli.
Pearl Harbor, and
There
then
you go.
the boss meter shows up. It's like, we fucked up.
God, that's so fucking strange. How the fuck was he able to do that? God, I love these guys. I gotta catch back up on them. Make sure you check out the original. This shit's gonna be linked down below. Oh, why am I not subscribed on this account? Make sure you check it out. It's fucking hilarious. I love them. Like to subscribe if you want to see more of me. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.